Sorry if you just couldn't hear me. Matthew, how do I edit since I have to do my password?
I don't know it. I don't know it.
I will look it up later since it asks for my password, so I'll just set it up later, guys.
Press X. Yes. Oh no.
Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back,
Today, guys.
money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money
Me.
back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why
Bears
this
versus
tryna look at my
Bears.
snap? I see the man and I won't give him back. I just hopped into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks.
Guys, so it might end a little bit early.
Got lips like Angelina. Belly truck
Oh no, I have enough time.
jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline.
I have enough time. There's the football, like, it's almost like going up his butt.
You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back,
Guys, this year, Le'Veon Bell actually
Welcome
was
in, everybody.
out.
It's the
He
coach,
sat out.
and you're tuned into Madden
He
19
didn't really do
on
anything.
EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
They got cheer for both
EA
teams.
Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming
Guys,
up, we've got what can only be
guys.
described as a mirror image matchup between the Chicago Bears and themselves.
No, not Tariq Cohen.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he gets it out to
What's
the
the
25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position, as you pointed out, not in this case.
Now Trubisky. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that'll bring up second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Steps away to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he's going to go down.
Oh, really,
Back
boy?
at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Aaron Lynch able to drop it for a loss of 12. And it'll be fourth down.
He's
It
good.
always helps for a
He's
visiting
good.
team to come in and set the tone
There
on
he
defense. In
goes.
fact, when we talked with them
Come
prior to the
on.
game, they said they want this home
Come
crowd
on.
to feel like they had
Come on. Come on.
But a home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
And now Trubisky is on, was it white? One of my friends, we had done this before. It's not a glitch. It's not a
The
glitch
fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oh no, I'm black.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Oh, now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, 31 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Parkey with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Dang it. There you go to Parkey. I'm going to show you that there. Here was
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away.
Look, you kick it. You see people kicking in the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Go get it.
Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy, and of course when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right.
Guys,
and the Patriots,
sorry.
with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Trubisky. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, IB Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, Raiders. The Vikings went down, and they went down
Buddy,
hard.
a guy.
That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pavin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pavin. Way to go.
Should be a screen pass.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We got three.
Now
We
a
got
play
three.
fake
Son.
here on 1st down.
We got three.
He's going to fire one deep over
We
the middle.
got.
This is caught inside the 15. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one.
Big
51
connection,
yards.
guys. That's a big
That's a
connection.
big-time pitching
The
catch
Fred.
right there. And, partner,
The
I remember
Fred.
the days when
Guys, the
quarterbacks would
Fred.
try this.
They're
They were
good
holding
Freds,
their
guys.
breath.
They're
But
good
nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
I'm up for one.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
They were actually
On any
far.
explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the
Second
offensive
inches,
linemen
guys.
creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Strip sniper! No, what? What? Get him! Get him! No!
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Trying to push it in with Howard. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard taking it in. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And Charles is able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Now the return man, this is Benny Cunningham. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. For the Chicago Bears, Charles, it's kind of the dust settles on this season. How do you think that they will remember it? Because right now, the fresh wound is there with the missed field goal. We get that. But this is a pretty good season they just had.
It certainly has been. Remember, they were last in the NFC North in 2018. They won the division in 2019, their first NFC North title since 2010. They acquired Khalil Mack to begin the year. And remember, they had a heartbreaking loss at Green Bay on a Sunday night to open the season. A lot of teams would have gone south after that. Instead, they went 7-1 at home, won 9 of 10 to close the year.
Oh
They're going to be
my
hard from in the seasons
goodness,
to come.
boy.
Now, meanwhile, here's a
Why
second down
not
throw that's
go
knocked
touch
away
this
and
like
incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
I'm there. No. Watch. Look at you on here.
Oh my God, I just left the game!
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half 3-0 New England? Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, a third team to win the year after losing a Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a
You
lot more than
played
that this game.
yesterday.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
I don't want to play on your PC since I don't know how.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on, just at about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Cunningham now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Like that.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity mapped out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Here's Trubisky to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, and I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it.
Yeah.
Come on.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history.
Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me, because I thought Anthony Lynn from the Chargers deserved some respect, but Matt Nagy of the Bears, he ends up winning the award. They went 12-4 in his rookie season.
And then last one we need to mention, Chris Long of the Eagles, well-deserved Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. Congrats to all.
Yeah, how about that? Donated his first 4 game checks to fund a literacy program that donated.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And a fake will work. He's going to have a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
I didn't have to bounce off everybody, and he just caught it.
And the Bears will add on to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this 3rd quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4th. And now running, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20.
Three Cohen just got at 96 yards.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Parkey with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
That was just amazing.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
What?
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Come on, come on.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
That was good, right? That was good.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard taking it in from the 20. And the Bears add on. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns has got him in the lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. Oh, my goodness. This is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
See, Parkey sucks. Parkey sucks. Sorry, Parkey. So bad, man. We're getting a new kicker, right? If we're not, I cannot survive with Parkey.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away.
I cannot survive with Parkey.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
We missed
and now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And with this deficit, You can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter
27
doesn't
yards.
exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Aaron Lynch getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And avoids the contact by sliding. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Pulled in at the 24. Spinning away. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over. Onto the field now come the Bears.
What? Yep, he is definitely hacking. He's hacking. That's aimbot. That is aimbot.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Come on, what? What? That's aimbot. That's aimbot. Watch out, Connor.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And shutting him off. Now open field. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, 60 yards.
I don't know why I
Bears
missed it.
continue to pour it on. And that rushing
I
touchdown
don't
is
know why.
puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey adds the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Guys, please.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away.
Lick that little bill.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Offense.
Off.
So a decent gain, but
Still
all for
first
naught
down.
on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Set up. 180.
The favorite players of the Bear has the Bears.
Now it's Trubisky. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
4 down. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
I call that because I got the
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Is that because the Bears?
They go with Howard to begin the drive.
Oh.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll pass another. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hey, gotta go.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. Open space inside the 10. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football. This D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone.
So, guys, I know this is
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
This has not been a banner game for the defense, not in any shape or form, but I love what they're doing right now. My admiration for them really is jumping up. What a great stand defensively, trying their best to keep them out of the end zone.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Throwing here, Trubisky. This is caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. So on 4th and goal, Howard unable to get there. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Powering his way forward. Caught out left side by Robinson. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He'll get it up the middle. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Aaron Lynch in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. Throw it in inches and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass and it backfires. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Okay, he just missed a 20-yarder.
180!
Are you going diner?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Trubisky. Now a desperation throw. It got his man complete.
So it's against a
and all the way down to the 35.
Go for a Hail Mary.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
180!
One last shot for Trubisky.
What?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
They pitch out to Howard. A beautiful spin and room to run. And they work this out past the 25. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win.
Thank you for watching
points
this
that they did.
If you like this, please hit that like button.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.
Oh, are you helping?
Bye.
I didn't see you, sorry.